Most leaders believe they manage performance. Few realize they manage emotional atmosphere. Whether you are aware of it or not, your emotional patterns shape the culture around you. Your tone becomes the tone of the room. Your reactions become the standard. Your emotional discipline, or lack of it, spreads quietly throughout your organization. And here is the uncomfortable truth. If your team feels tense, guarded, or cautious around you, you may be the source. Today, we are going to examine how leaders unintentionally create emotional climates, why culture mirrors the nervous system of the leader, and how to build a high-performance emotional environment intentionally. Let us begin with something simple. Human beings are neurologically wired to mirror one another. When a leader enters a room tense, others feel it. When a leader enters calm, others stabilize. Emotional states are contagious, and authority amplifies contagion. Your emotional signals are louder than your words. You may say, "We encourage open dialogue," but if your micro-reactions show irritation, people will protect themselves. They will speak carefully. Innovation will decrease. Risk-taking will decline. Not because you lack vision, but because emotional safety is absent. There are three common emotional climates leaders create: the reactive climate, the guarded climate, the anchored climate. Let us examine them. The reactive climate. In this environment, emotion drives response. Meetings escalate quickly. Criticism becomes personal. Feedback is inconsistent. Energy fluctuates. Team members feel the need to manage the leader's mood. Productivity may exist, but psychological safety does not. Over time, talent leaves, not because of workload, but because emotional unpredictability is exhausting. The guarded climate. In this environment, the leader appears calm, but emotionally distant. Feedback is limited. Conversations remain surface level. Disagreements are avoided. There are fewer open conflicts, but also fewer honest discussions. Performance plateaus quietly because people sense that vulnerability is unsafe. Guarded climates protect image. They do not produce growth. Now consider the anchored climate. In this environment, emotional discipline is visible. Disagreements are allowed. Tone remains steady. Criticism is processed calmly. Silence is tolerated. People feel secure enough to challenge ideas without fearing retaliation. This climate increases innovation. It increases trust. It increases retention. And it begins with one person, the leader. Now let's make this personal. When pressure rises in your organization, what happens to you? Do you speak faster, interrupt more, withdraw, become sharper in tone? These subtle shifts train your team. Your nervous system becomes their reference point. If you panic, they panic. If you stabilize, they stabilize. This is emotional leadership. High-performing organizations are not emotionless. They are emotionally regulated. There is space for intensity, but not volatility. There is room for urgency, but not panic. There is space for accountability, but not humiliation. The leader sets that standard every day. Let's talk about feedback culture. If your emotional response to feedback is defensive, your team will stop giving it. If you interrupt explanations, people will shorten them. If you dismiss ideas quickly, innovation will narrow. Leaders often ask, "Why don't my team members speak up?" The better question is, what emotional signals have I trained them to respond to? Trust is not built by policy. It is built by repeated emotional experience. Consistency creates trust. Inconsistency creates caution. Let us examine public correction. When you correct someone publicly, what tone do you use? Is it sharp? Is it sarcastic? Is it dismissive? Even if the content is correct, the emotional delivery determines the impact. High EQ leaders separate correction from humiliation, accountability from aggression, clarity from condescension. The difference is emotional discipline. Now consider stress. In times of crisis, leaders often believe they must project urgency. Urgency is not panic, and panic spreads faster than clarity. If you escalate emotionally during crisis, your team loses stability. But if you regulate your tone, maintain measured speech, and communicate deliberately, you become an anchor. Anchors do not eliminate storms, they stabilize movement within them. Here's a practical exercise. Reflect on your last high-pressure meeting. Afterward, ask yourself, what emotional energy did I bring into the room? What emotional energy did I leave behind? Did people look relieved when it ended, or did they look motivated? This reflection reveals more than performance metrics. Let us now address emotional residue. Leaders often carry frustration from one interaction into the next. A difficult email affects the next conversation. A stressful call affects the next meeting. Without awareness, emotional residue accumulates, and accumulated residue leaks into tone, into posture, into decision-making. High-level leaders reset between engagements. They breathe, they reflect, they consciously release. Emotional hygiene is as important as strategic clarity. There is another dimension we must examine: power distance. The more senior you are, the more intimidating your emotional shifts become. A minor frustration in you may feel significant to someone junior. Your silence may feel like disapproval. Your raised eyebrow may feel like rejection. You must regulate not only for yourself, but for the psychological weight you carry. That is responsible leadership. Let us consider influence. Influence grows in environments where people feel heard, safe, respected, corrected fairly, challenged without humiliation. All of those are emotional experiences. Therefore, emotional intelligence is organizational strategy, not personal development theory. Organizations do not fail only because of poor planning. They fail because of emotional breakdowns at the top. Now let's shift from awareness to action. If you want to build an anchored climate, begin with 3 commitments. Commitment 1, no reactive communication. If triggered, pause before responding. Commitment 2, separate tone from tension. Maintain composure even when the message is firm. Commitment 3, invite correction without defensiveness. Say, if you see something I'm missing, tell me, and mean it. These 3 commitments alone transform culture over time. Let us close with something direct. If your organization feels tense, guarded, or emotionally fragile, look inward first. Leadership culture is rarely accidental. It is mirrored. The emotional maturity of the leader becomes the emotional maturity of the team. You are not only leading strategy, you are leading atmosphere, and atmosphere determines performance. In the next episode, we will explore how emotionally intelligent leaders handle conflict without escalation, manipulation, or avoidance. Because conflict is inevitable, but emotional damage is not. Master your inner stability, and your organization will reflect it. Stay with the series. The deeper we go, the more precise your leadership becomes.